Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this comic book editions video today, I have a brand new slab, another prize win to share with you. I want to show you some recent additions to my back issue collection. We have new subscriber shoutouts, and I thought it was time that we did an update on how my top 12 goals of 2020 are progressing along. Thanks for joining me. So I've been able to acquire a third of my goals for 2020 in comic book collecting, which I shared with you in a previous video. To quickly recap the books I'm looking for this year: ROM 32, which I did get, Brave and the Bold 62, and Brave and the Bold 61, New Teen Titans, the Drug Awareness, the third volume that they released back in the 1980s, All-Star Comics number 60, which I did get, X-Men 142, DC Treasury, Superman vs. Shazam was a book I was able to pick up, as well as Batman number 291 with that great classic cover. Justice League number 73 and 74 are on my want list, along with Marvel Spotlight 32. And then in the bottom corner, you see all those tiny little thumbnails. That represents the fact that I want any Golden Age sensation comics that features Wonder Woman. There's 100 plus issues with her in. I'm not particular which one that I get. It doesn't have to be a key issue. I just want to have one because I don't have any. I am going to give you a spoiler already and tell you that I did not get a Sensation Comics in this comic book editions video, but I did make some bids on eBay on a couple different Sensation Comics issues, so I tried. A lot of times those books are already even out of my price range before I even get the opportunity to bid, but at least I got the chance to bid a couple times, even if I didn't end up becoming the auction winner. So that's a little bit of a recap of the books I'm looking for. By the time this video is over with, you'll see what new check marks I have for my board. I bet you're ready to see some books, aren't you? Well, let's get started with a prize-winning slab. Powers of X, number 1, the Unknown Comics Virgin variant in a CGC 9.8 was a prize win during Slab Sunday on Chad RCG's channel. Thank you so much, Chad. I know that you might be familiar with Chad and his channel and content, including the auctions that he hosts or participates in, but did you know he has his own website as well? You can find some cool collectibles that you can just outright purchase at rcgcollectibles.com. What was really cool about winning Slab Sunday, not only because I've been trying for quite some time, the night I won it was on my birthday. That is so awesome. I'll always remember that. I was having a great day anyway, but then to win a slab on my birthday too made it even better. This is my third slab in my collection, my first 9.8, because that's the way Chad RCG rolls. I also want to thank Chad for including a bonus Wonder Woman 65, the Art Germ variant. Not only great prize wins, but a great way to kick off our Comic Book Editions Volume 14 video. The next book that I have to show you in my recent editions is the first one that we get to cross off for today's top 12 goal list, as I was able to get a copy of X-Men 142. This is the second part of the classic Days of Future Past storyline. It's in very good shape, actually, which made me happy. My 141 is in very great condition as well. So I wanted to get the next issue to at least be as close to the condition to match 141 as I could. And I was able to. Found it at a very good price. You know, in my last video, I shared an unusual story of an experience I had with a very kind seller on eBay. The person I bought this book from, which was not on eBay, was quite the opposite spectrum. So I bought this book on Mercari, and the seller sent it right away, packaged it very well, got the book. I left feedback for the seller that same day that the book was received, because I know that those sellers don't get paid until the feedback comes from the person who purchased it. Well, a few days later, I had noticed that he had sent me some private messages that I hadn't seen beforehand. He sent me a series of private messages, about 6, I think. And the first few were kind. Hey, just checking to see if you got your book today. And then it progressively got worse to the point that he was calling me curse words and left me negative feedback on my profile. So I'm not exactly sure what that was all about. He had blocked me from being able to contact him or to bid on any of his auctions in the future, which is fine because I don't need to deal with someone like that. But I did actually create another account and send him a message. And I just said, hey, I don't know who you've confused me with, but I left you very kind and positive feedback the same day that I received the package. And I certainly didn't deserve to hear and to be called some of the things that you said to me. Of course, he never replied to that at all. So some people are whacked. That's all I have to say. You get the good and you get the bad. Moving along. Hey, look at that. It's another book that I get to check off my list of top 12 goals for 2020. Justice League of America, number 74. This is the final Golden Age Black Canary appearance. This is a book I don't believe that I had ever read before, although I was very familiar what happened in the story. It was a great read. Even though I read part 2 before I read part 1, I was still happy to pick that up. Great classic Neil Adams cover too. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that's the first time that the Golden Age and Silver Age Superman had met each other. The same seller that I purchased this book from, which came from eBay, I always look through to see if they have anything else that I'm interested in, save on shipping, and they did have a book that I really wanted. Green Lantern, co-starring Green Arrow, number 94. This now is the oldest Green Lantern comic book that's in my collection. Before I forget, After Comics just did a great video showing the covers of Green Lantern issue 1 through 100 out of the bags. You should check that out for sure. And my really good friend, Comics for Thomas, noticed this even before I did. You'll see in there it says, Green Arrow without a beard. Why? I love that. That's so classic. I love the Great Black Canary cover too, and I was happy to add this in. As I mentioned, it's the oldest comic book of Green Lantern in my PC now. Ooh, this was a great pickup for me. I mentioned that I just had a birthday recently, and this is what I treated myself to for my birthday. Marvel Spotlight number 32, the first appearance of Spider-Woman, the second most wanted book of my 2020 goal list. I'm not surprised that I got this book. I've been so close to picking up this book for quite some time. It was just a matter of finding the right condition at the right price, and this time I really feel that I did. I would say that my copy's around a VF range, and I certainly got, I think, a very fair deal for what I paid for it too. I've come so close to buying this book so many times in the last year to year and a half or so, but now I actually have one in my collection, and I don't have that many Spider-Woman comic books left for Bronze Age to complete her run. I have all of her solo title. I just need a couple guest star appearances that she made in some other books. I think some Captain America books, and I'm getting pretty close to having that taken care of, which is exciting. Adventure Comics number 459. This was an upgrade purchase for me because I bought this as a child, and I've had it in my collection, and my copy is worn and very well loved. So I definitely needed an upgraded copy for it, and the opportunity came about, and another good deal. Very happy with this purchase too. I enjoyed when they featured this type of format for the Adventure Comics series, which didn't last too long. 459 was the very first introduction of Adventure Comics going into the Dollar Comics size, and the introduction of several different storylines. There was no specific lead in the title. It was just a bunch of different headliners all sharing the book. And of course, being a Wonder Woman fan, I love that cover there. Okay, these just came in today, so I'm going to apologize for not having the chance to bag or board these. I literally just got them just a little bit ago before I started filming. And I'm very curious to see what you think about these next several books that I'm going to show you. I bought a lot of Shazam comic books. And yes, right from the very get-go, these are very low-grade reader copies. So number 30 is one of the books that was included in the lot. So was number 26. And what I'm going to be very curious about and why I'm asking your opinion is when I get done, I'm going to tell you how much I paid for this lot. And I want to see if you think that I got a good deal or if I didn't. Here's number 9. Number 5. You can really see that number 5 has a lot of condition issues. But we got another number 5. That one has some condition issues as well with the rolled spine, but we got 2 copies of number 5. Number 3. And a second copy of number 3. Number 2. Now the big question everyone's wondering, is it there or not? Yes, there's a number 1. So obviously I bought this lot because I wanted Shazam number 1. What I paid for this lot, after you added in shipping and the eBay tax, it equaled about $3.11 per issue that I just showed you for a lot of 9. What do you think about this? I mean, I'm well aware that there's some condition issues here on the side, but to get a Shazam number 1 for $3.11, even if I had to buy 8 other comic books to go with it, I think I'm happy with it, but I'm curious to see if you think that that was a good deal or maybe not the wisest choice that I had made. So I've seen so many people, especially since the Shazam movie came out, that have this book, and every time I see someone have this book in their collection, showing it off or winning a copy of it, I always wish that I had a copy of it too. And I enjoy Shazam. He's not my favorite character. I really enjoyed the movie, but I really wanted Shazam number 1, and it didn't have to be a super high grade for me. So I guess that's kind of why I felt that this lot was perfect for me. What do you think? This is also DC Comics' first published Shazam title. I got one more book to show you too before we wrap up this video, and it's another one on my top 12 goal list. Came in this morning as well, and I'm really looking forward to reading Brave and the Bold, number 61, the team up of Starman and Black Canary as they take on the Mist. So if you're keeping track at home, that means I now have 2/3 of my top 12 goal list for 2020 accomplished. The 4 books that remain on my list is Brave and the Bold, number 62, also starring Starman and Black Canary as they take on Sportsman and Huntress, the original Huntress. I need Teen Titans, the 3rd drug awareness book from the 1980s. I need Justice League number 73, and any Golden Age sensation comics that features Wonder Woman. Acquiring those 4 will get me at 100% for my top 12 goal of 2020 list. So wish me luck with that. I've been super happy and excited with the way that my channel has been progressing, especially the views on my last 2 videos, so I thank you so much for your support. I also want to take a moment to shout out some new subscribers to my channel and encourage you to check these folks out and the content that they're bringing to our community. Funko Fix Doggy, North Garden Comics. Chris at North Garden Comics did a huge favor to me that I was so appreciative of. He entered Tim the Comic Collector's contest of community support building, where you had to shout out some channels that you would like to see get more subscribers, and he picked my channel, and I have gotten more subscribers because of him mentioning it to me. So Chris, it means the world to me. I know we've started to communicate a little bit, and I'm looking forward to building a bigger friendship as well. Can't thank you enough for including me. I didn't know you were going to do that. I was just watching your video to show support of your channel, and next thing you know, you were calling out my channel. Wow, thank you. Other new and recent subscribers to my channel: 0187 Bryson, Library of Comics, General Zod, Mike Martin, D. Runk Comics. Someday I've got to get me a DGC label. Daniel Garvey, Prowler 671, Adam Stabelli, Tony Sanders, Paul Stevenus. Hopefully, Paul, I pronounced your last name correctly. Thank you guys so much for being new, recent subscribers to my channel and for the support. If you would like a shout out in a future video, it's easy. Just subscribe to my channel. It really is a great way to show support to the channel. If you click the notification bell, you'll be the first to know when new content has been added to my channel. Love the comments as well. Leave me a comment. I'm very curious to see what you think about the Shazam lot that I bought. Like I said, very low grade condition. How do you feel that I did? What did you think about the other books that I showed off today? Do you have any of them? Are you looking for any of them? How are you doing with your collecting goals? As we get closer to the halfway mark of the year for 2020, how are you doing with your goals? Let's talk about all of these things and more. Leave a comment below. Thank you again for your support and spending time on my channel and on this video. It means the world to me, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.